Ronan's back, slicing through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture films in the world we see. Deleted scenes where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Your YouTube brother, let's roll.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being, American, and YouTube Ronin. I'd like to welcome you to tonight's episode of the Mystery Movie Night Podcast. I'd like to say hello to everyone currently joining us on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. And I want to say hello to some people who have joined us here in the live chat. All right, first off, we have FKHC 2005, sometimes known as Tim. Sergeant Giratina. Channel member, the Tired Midnight blogger, Curtis Selby. Channel member, JPRPH1. Friend of the channel, Enigma Severus. Tune the News is with us. Our man from the future, Sashi. Logical Spark, good to see you. Friend of the channel, John Doe Juggalo, good to see you, sir. Faithful Blue Wrench channel member, the Bird Woman of YouTube, Connie Cleary. Watch out for her channel, Fluff Chick Productions. Angia Black has joined us. All right, cool. Awaiting backstage, my fellow panelist tonight, the most violent woman on YouTube. She twisted my arm. She sent me these horrific notes. And, well, that's how she got on the show, guys. So that's how it is. I have lived in fear ever since. Ladies and gentlemen, you know her, you love her. The reason why I know you're all really here, Sin's Corner.
Listen, sir, I have a rubber band. I'm going to snap right at you. I want to see proof of these notes I've supposedly sent you. This is a big, strong one, too. Look how big this sucker is. So, don't make me use it.
2 play in that game. Right. Now my remote is broken. All right. Put that back. Hello to JPRPH1. Channel member, good to see you. All right. So, Sin, how have you been since the last time we were on together?
Cold. It's cold.
Yes.
But other than that, pretty good. I have developed an addiction since 2 Sundays ago.
Oh?
Yeah. It's pretty serious. I'm addicted to K-pop Demon Hunters, y'all. I bought the soundtrack today, and it's coming tomorrow, and I'm excited. So yeah, that's the biggest update with me so far.
It's the front runner to win Best Song at the Oscars right now, so...
Well deserved.
There you go.
Absolutely well deserved. And the more I find out about EJ, the woman who wrote a lot of the songs and performed as the voice of Remy, or whatever name, Rumi or whatever, she deserves it. She's a fantastic songwriter and an absolutely spectacular singer. But yeah, it's really good. I I love it. I haven't not done a video review for it yet because I'm rewatching it in Spanish. So maybe after I rewatch it, I'll do one. So yeah, just had to get that off my chest, y'all. It's been burdening me.
I guess I have to get around to actually sitting down and
It's
watching it.
really
I am
good.
so far right now.
Yeah, it's I don't know. When my brother and his family were here in over the summer, my niece was apparently super obsessed with it. So she was like watching it on loop. I think my mom got sick of it, but I don't think my mom actually paid attention to the story. I think she just got tired of the repetition of what was on the screen.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna make her watch it one day. I love it. I think it has a really good message, and the story's decent, and the songs are great. The animation is good. I already enjoy anime, so even though it's 3D animation, it reminds me a lot of anime, and so I really really like it. So there we go.
Hello to a name I am seeing for the first time. Basato. Good to see you. Welcome.
I think is he on mine? Yeah, he is.
It's on yours.
Baz Sato. Oh, I've seen. Okay, I've seen some of his comments on my video. At least one comment. I remember the name now.
Oh,
So,
right on.
hello,
Welcome to the show.
welcome, welcome.
All right. For those of you who may be new, and thank you to all of the new subscribers to my channel over the last couple of days. It's much appreciated. Thank you. I basically started this show out a couple of years ago. The first movie I saw was Spirited, and I did like this. It's a musical with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. So George Bush and Deadpool, ladies and
Oh, boy.
gentlemen, in a musical. In Octavia Spencer was there for some reason. And
I missed that.
anyway,
one. I wasn't
I
going to the mystery movies yet.
so I did this little 15-minute out of the theater show about it. It's still up on my channel. You can see it's the first episode of this program. And I along the way, I met Sin through the Latino Slant, Paulie, and we both found out that we were going to the mystery movies. And so we decided to collaborate on a couple of reviews, and then just mutually decided to, hey, let's make a show out of this.
Yeah,
And
someone to talk to about it.
yeah. And we started out doing the shows on the night. But then that kind of became a little, untenable.
Yeah, it was, I'm glad we're not doing it on the night of, especially now that we have time zones to think about. But also, I don't stay up super late anymore, so it's just much more difficult for me.
Right. So we went on. We did some episodes. We've brought on some guests who've become kind of semi-regulars. First off was Off the Cover, and then Kyle Corwith joined us. And since it is Veterans Day, thank you to all the veterans out there. Watch Kyle's video. Go to Kyle's channel.
Oh yes.
Afterwards, and go to Kyle's channel and watch his review of Warfare that he did with a real life veteran. So please check that video out. One of the best videos I've seen on YouTube this year.
Great conversation.
So please check that out. Great conversation indeed. And then of course our new member of the panel, Wilkie's Movies and Music, Corey. So that's kind of where we are. And then we're back down to just the two of us again.
I know. Sometimes it doesn't. I did invite D Movie Man. I did I was doing a live stream with D and Kyle on Latino Slants, and I told him anytime he's ever interested, if he goes to the Mystery Mondays and he wants to talk about it the next day, just let me know. So he's kind of got an open invitation. I think you know, I don't
Oh,
know that he'll
absolutely.
ever
Yeah,
join, but okay. I think that he would add something good to the
he would.
conversation. I always
He
like
would. It would be
listening
fun to
to
have him on.
his thoughts. Yeah.
I've been wanting to do a stream with him for a while, and I've never had the chance.
Yeah,
So
I
I'd
appreciate.
love to have him on.
I have parted. I have not parted ways, but we have taken different pathways with regard to this particular movie. I know what he thinks about it. The
Oh,
one that we're talking about tonight. Yeah, I didn't watch the
okay.
review yet, but I know kind of the gist of it.
Okay.
So
Well,
yeah.
all right. Well, I'll be looking forward to that. All right. Well, let's just go ahead and let the folks know. Uh,
There it is. It's in the
and
yep, eternity, like we kind of figured, or I did anyway. I'd been hearing what it was going to be.
no,
So
I thought it was going to be the Now You See Me part 86 or whatever.
the third
Right
one,
now.
one thing that made me know it was not going to be that was because at my theater where this mystery movie was, they were having a free public screening of Now You See Me 3. So I knew it was not going to be that. Because that's happened before where they've had screeners open to the public of films that folks have thought might be the mystery movie, and it's not. It never is. Also, the inside source confirmed it on Reddit a couple days ago. So, yeah, it was Eternity. Different. Sorry, that's my dog
Yeah,
barking.
it's okay. All right. Well, this film is how, hello to a Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips. How do I
It's
how do I
different.
describe this movie? What Dreams May Come 2025.
So I don't remember. I think I
That's
saw What Dreams May
probably the
Come,
best
but I
way.
don't remember much about it. Um, this was an interesting premise.
It is.
So, for those of you who haven't seen the trailer, so we already got response about the trailer that it looks stupid. So when I saw the trailer, I was like, not interested.
Hmm.
And then I remember reading articles about, oh, it's got this big gay subplot and how great and wonderful that is, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? After I
There
saw it,
was?
like, what are you talking about? There was one character that was gay, and it wasn't even this big huge subplot. I was like, what? Okay,
No.
whatever. Anyway, basically, what it is that this man and woman, they've been married for 65 years. They're on their way to a gender reveal party,
Hmm.
and the husband, I think it was the husband, Larry, he
Hmm.
said, people have died at these they had these things. I'm like, oh, okay. How are they going to have him die at this gender reveal party? And he chokes on a pretzel. That's how he dies. And his wife, Joan, has cancer. So her time is coming very closely, to an end. And Larry wakes up in this place and he's looking many, many decades younger. He's Miles Teller now. And he finds out that he is kind of in this in between place between death and eternity, where he's going to spend his eternity. And it's basically like the real world. He just has to make a choice, and that he's stuck with it. And he knows his wife is going to be dying soon, so he wants to hang around and wait for her. And he ends up deciding he's going to pick a spot. He thinks he knows that's what she'll like. And he's on his way there when he sees his wife, who now looks many decades younger, coming up the escalator. And so he changes his mind about where he's going. And then what ends up being revealed is that the bartender who had tended to him before his wife arrived is the wife's first husband who had died in the Korean War. So she has to make this choice between which man does she want to spend her eternity with. So it's kind of like this love triangle of sorts, but it's done in a different way, and they explain why they look different. that was the moment that they were their happiest. So
Mhm.
when they died, even if they were much older, they reverted back to their younger self. Because that was my first complaint. How in the world is he younger? Then they explained it immediately. And when they get there, they have these, what are they called? What are they called? The
The
AC?
ACs.
The
Yeah.
ACs. And that's the afterlife coordinator, or
Coordinator.
yeah, something like that. And that's the
Yeah.
person that's kind of going to help them decide where they're going to go. And they get into this competition, the two ACs of the man and wife.
Mhm.
They're in this battle with each other because apparently they'd been in a relationship.
They
And
have this romantic past.
yeah,
And
which is all
these are not the two people that you would see together under
no,
any
no,
circumstances,
no,
but
because that guy seems gay for one
he
thing.
does, because
And
you think he is, and
yeah,
then
I
you
think
realize that no, he just likes
he
big
likes
black
her.
women.
He likes Divine
In this
Joy
case,
Randolph. He likes
yeah,
hefty black women. I really like her as an actor,
yeah,
actually.
she's really funny here, and
She was hilarious.
she won the Oscar a couple of years ago for The Leftovers,
The
which was
holdovers.
Holdovers. I keep wanting to call it The Leftovers for some
She was
reason.
very good in there. That Oscar was well deserved.
Deserved, yeah, agreed.
Yeah. But I didn't care for her in there was another called Shadow Force that came out earlier this year, and she was in there. I think she was terribly miscast.
Shadow Force was this year?
I think it was this
Wow,
year.
it's been a long year, folks.
I thought it was this year. But
I think it is. Yeah, I think
I
it
see
is.
so many movies. Anyway, yes, Sashi, she did, and the second husband had seen a photo, but he didn't put two and two together. It didn't even
Mhm.
occur to him at all because I guess he just assumed. Well, number one, he wasn't even thinking of the first husband at all. So he doesn't find out until later. So thus begins this competition, this comedy. Okay, yes, thank you. This year was
that
Shadow Force. I
is that
actually
Rachel?
enjoyed. Yes, it's Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
I actually enjoyed Shadow Force. For what it was, I thought it was pretty fun. But the comedy is this: the whoever runs this place. This place, I can't remember what they called it, but whoever runs this place decided to give an exception to this situation. The wife could go and visit the two different eternities that the husbands wanted to pick out, and she could make her choice. So she's in this terribly difficult position. She loved both of her husbands. Her first husband, they never really had a chance to spend a life together. So that's the whole thing. And I'll go ahead and get it out of the way. I actually really enjoyed this movie. It touched me on certain levels, just really grabbed me emotionally, and I didn't think I would like it as much as I did. But doggone it, I thought it was entertaining and sweet and touching. And I know Dee did not care for it. So
All right. Well, this is it's a hard one to kind of quantify because this is an A24 movie through and through, guys, and all the kind of quirkiness that comes with it, and
it was very comedic. It was much more comedic than I thought it was going to be. There was a lot of laughter in the theater, and nobody
there was.
Left.
No, not in my theater either. I saw no trailers about this. All I saw was the poster that we have on the poster art that we have up on the screen.
Okay.
I
D.
knew. Oh, here he is.
Won't he? I'm sorry. Dee and I usually almost always see eye to eye about different movies.
True.
It's very rare that we part ways. I haven't seen your review yet, Dee, so I'm sure you had a lot of good things to say about it because he's very balanced with his reviews. You guys go check out D Movie Man, subscribe to his channel and watch his stuff. I want to be like D when I grow up one day, with the way I do movie reviews. But I know that he didn't care for it, and so I was like, well, I'm not going to watch his review till after I've seen it, and I have not seen your review yet, but I'm going to watch it. But yeah, Dee, you should have messaged me to talk about it. If you want to talk about it, let me know. I'll send you a link. You can join us
Yeah,
right now
please.
if you would like to. Because I don't know fully yet what Deleted thinks. He may feel very similar to you, for all I know.
Um, right, well, should I jump in, or do you have any more?
Those were like
Go
my
ahead, please. I
overall,
don't want
like
to
what I
run
thought
over.
about it. It subverted my expectations in some ways.
Hmm.
I thought that the initial choice that she made was okay. So she made three choices ultimately. I
She
thought that
does.
the first choice, I thought that was going to be the one, but I knew it wasn't going to be because I could tell. I've seen enough movies to know, no, there's more. There's a whole other act that's getting ready to happen.
Hmm.
Um, and I found myself getting a little frustrated with her, but then I had to remind myself, I can kind of get this situation that she's in and what she's feeling and struggling with, you know. And something
Hmm.
that I also liked was that the characters in here, they were not toxic in their relationship really with each other.
No.
And I appreciated that because if they had been, it would have been very easy for me to pick a side. You know what I mean? But I could see both. You know, I could understand the torment that she was going through. So I just thought it was very interesting setup
Hmm.
for a rom com for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, like I said, I went into this movie essentially
So you didn't know anything what it was
blind.
about?
I knew nothing,
Oh, okay.
and
Okay. No wonder you were like, well, that was different.
yeah, because I don't know how to describe it now. Because do I describe it as a romantic comedy because it has dramatic moments?
Mm-hmm.
You have this very original, almost Charlie Kaufman-esque view of what eternity is like,
Hmm.
because there are parts of this movie that very much reminded me of like being John Malkovich,
Okay, I
um,
haven't seen that yet.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Um, yes, I had my glasses, Enigma.
Sashi to the rescue.
I,
No,
I,
I mean
I
no.
just I just can't I just can't see with them. Now, no, no. This movie, this kind of it was not really on my radar.
Okay.
It was just it's. I had only seen the poster. Apparently, the trailer is before Back to the Future. I haven't seen.
Uh
I didn't go to Back to the Future, so I
I
haven't.
did neither, but I don't I've
Um,
seen this trailer, but I don't
mhm.
remember what movie I saw it in front of. It was one of those trailers where um it wasn't anything that seemed interesting, so I watched the trailer. If it's something that I really want to see, I won't watch. I'll plug my ears, whatever. But I did watch this, so I did know. I don't know if it would have landed differently for me if I didn't know what it was going to be about.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
Couldn't say.
So I went into this. I think the best way to go into a movie these days is to go in blind. And you know, case in point, I showed a friend of mine House of Dynamite the other
Okay.
night and told him nothing about it. And
Okay.
interesting conversation, which I'm going to go more into in my
Oh,
review, because I
got
kind of
thoughts about that movie. Oh,
I felt I kind of needed a second person to bounce that ending off of.
okay.
Um, because spoiler alert for my review, I have different thoughts on the ending of that film than most critics do.
Um, I may as well. That film pissed me off at the end. The ending
Um,
notched that film down way a lot. Notched it down a lot.
okay.
So
Well, we can talk about that in a bit.
yeah.
But
I know we're getting off
yeah,
track. We're talking about eternity.
Eternity is the film tonight. Before I take us off track and go on a tangent again, yeah, like I said, I went into this blind, didn't know what to expect. Knew Elizabeth Olsen was in it, didn't remember Miles Teller. I'm sure I'm seeing Callum Turner in something, but I'm blanking out on where.
I'm not. I know I've seen his
Um,
face too. I don't know where though.
um, so That's really all I knew. Elizabeth Olsen's in it. Okay, she's cute. Fine, all right. I'm not really interested in the film. Doesn't look like something I want to see. But all right. So got there, watched it. Found out it was like, and of course in our group chat, since it's going to be Eternity, and so I looked it up real quick. A24.
I know, you're like A24 rom-com.
And I'm like, Jiminy fucking Christmas.
I wasn't super elated about it either. I think I would have maybe been happy with Now You See Me 3 or Now You Do, whatever the hell that movie is. But I didn't figure that I would just hate it. Like there have been other rom-coms, like Oh Hi is billed as a rom-com. Oh my god.
Oh Hi is not a rom-com. I'm sorry, folks, it's not. All right, we're getting off tangent again.
Yeah.
All right, I'm doing this again. Damn it. Well, I can take my time this week, so
that's right.
Right. So yeah. I have kind of mixed feelings about this movie because it was a bit of a slog for me in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going, okay, I'm having a little bit of trouble kind of liking the characters because there was so much back and forth. And, this one's going to go with this one and then that one. And then I was just like, can we speed this along? He was in Boys in the Boat. Okay. He's that guy. Okay.
That's
Okay. I remember now.
Yeah.
Okay. I did see that. Okay. I remember who he is now. All right. Boys in the Boat. All right. So it was one of those deals where I was finding myself more interested in the supporting characters than the people who are in front. I was looking at things in the background.
Yeah.
Because there was so much going on, and I really wasn't interested with what was going on in the forefront at the beginning. So I found myself getting, as I oftentimes do with movies like this, getting lost in the art direction and getting lost in what was going on in the background. And this movie's idea of eternity, like finding out,
was interesting.
finding out that there are different eternities.
Yeah.
That you can go to. And there are things going on in the background that would be major scenes in other movies.
Okay. Okay.
And I because you're picking up these little bits of dialogue that's happening in the background of these people. You just kind of, the camera just passes by. Okay, that's an interesting conversation. What? I want to hear more about that. What? Why doesn't anybody ever go to Library World?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I want to go. I'm good with that.
No, right. That would be awesome. And someone was like, had tried to escape Museum World.
Museum World.
Like, I'm so tired of looking at the same painting.
Yeah.
All the same paintings. It was funny.
because like every place else, Eternity has rules.
Yes.
And one of the fun things for me watching the movie was learning these rules as they go along, and these kind of interesting little side characters that they run into along the way. Not just the ACs, but you have like the guys who are kind of like the police, the security among this world. So you can kind of get a little bit into them. There's a section of Eternity that's called Archives, where you can go down this hall, go into this building, go down this hallway, and you will see these little scenes from your life. And the ticket taker is this guy Fenwick, who I swear steals.
Who was that guy? I thought it was Bronson Pinchot, but I don't think it's him.
No, it's not him. But this guy, he steals every scene that he's
funny.
in. And I'm like, I kind of want to see a Fenwick movie now. But Yes, I was at first more interested in the world and what was going on because I was finding the main characters unlikable for the first half of the film.
Okay.
It just okay, they weren't vibing with me. But there's a point in every movie like this that either I start caring or I don't. And there was a point where I started caring.
Okay.
And then that's when the movie got. I think the movie works like gangbusters in the second half.
Okay.
But I think honestly, the first half is a bit of a slog.
Okay.
Not bad. Just I was having trouble.
You were having trouble connecting to the characters.
Connecting with the characters. Yeah. I was connecting more with the world that they were in.
I didn't have much time to connect with them before they end up in the world, that we just see them as an older couple and they're kind of bickering.
Yeah.
We get the short little quick comment about her previous husband who died in the war, and then the old man dies, and then he's Miles. So we don't know them as those characters in that time of their life, so we
at that point. But
yeah, exactly.
As the film goes on,
you do.
It starts to fill in. It's kind of like this, it's like, okay, it's dots. And as the movie goes on, it starts to connect the dots and it makes more sense. And you start to, as you're putting things together, because like this movie's almost like putting a puzzle together. It's weird. Like I said, it's why it reminds me of like a Charlie Kaufman film without Charlie Kaufman. And but that's, like I said, when they start to get more,
is it the archives
meta with
that
it
help you? Like what was the turning point?
That's what got me. Yeah. And it's just, okay, you're starting to see the backstory when you're finally starting to fill some things in, because like you said, you don't get to spend a whole lot of time with the characters before he dies and he's in eternity. And then she passes, and just as she's about to leave, she shows up, and there's the whole thing. And then you get that big reveal that Luke, Cal Turner's character, the bartender, is this guy who's staying in eternity, and you don't really know. Again, you don't know why he's waiting, and then you find out, he's the first husband, and then and then it becomes the whole triangle thing. Anyway, I am blathering like an idiot, but anyway, I had a hard time getting into the characters at first. I was more enamored with the world they were in wanting to walk through that.
It was interesting, and the side characters, Divine Joy Randolph, Lord have mercy. I laughed a lot, pretty much every time she was on screen, because she was so funny. Just the little comments that she would say, and the look on her face, and her body language. She was funny to me.
Yeah. So when
did you notice the Marxism world?
Marxism world, and nobody wants to go there.
That one was one of the
discontinued.
One of the discontinued worlds, either because it got full, or I can't remember one of the other things that they said might make a world discontinued.
It was either there were too many people there, or it got folded into another world, or because there are several explanations that you're giving for how.
Couldn't remember all the details.
All right.
There were so many funny worlds.
There's a lot, because when you go to eternity, maybe we should explain this. There are different quote unquote worlds that you can go to.
You have a week to make a choice. If you don't
make a choice,
then you have to stay in that sort of train terminal hotel looking area and get a job. It's basically like real life,
Yeah. and Luke is the bartender because he's staying because he's waiting for Joan. He's waiting for Elizabeth Olsen to come back. And of course he has no clue that she's remarried in all of this because he's dead. He's in eternity. So he's decided to wait 67 years.
Yeah.
He waits for her, which is, or does he? As we find out during the course of the,
because
67 years is a long time.
Did some things to pass the time.
Westworld, Future World, kind of like that. And there are these, like I said, there are these different worlds. There's Beach World, and then
Mountain
you have
World.
like the Mountain World.
Wasn't there even Realtor World or Realty World or something?
Realty World. There's everything.
So
everything has a world, and everything.
Museum World.
Museum
World.
So you can, and you pick whichever one, and then you have to spend eternity there. That's the rule. And
if you
then
try to get out, if you go through the red door, they'll catch you, and then you can end up in the void, which is black nothingness.
Yeah.
So that's what's at stake. That's why it's so important to make the right choice for your eternity.
Mm-hmm. So when they started taking the time to go into the characters and explain their backstories, explain the world a little bit better, that's when I started to get interested. And like I said, the first half for me was kind of, like I said, a bit of a slog. I don't know if I want to like this, and then there was, like I said, there's a point where I got into it and I started caring. And one of the things where it started to work for me is every good movie has rules.
Yes.
And whether or not you stick to those rules usually decides what kind of a movie it's going to be. This movie makes rules and it sticks to them. And everything that is brought up comes back. And everything is connected. Because it's like, for me, it was a bit of a jumbled mess for the first half. But then you were starting to get these little callbacks. And you're like, okay, well, what? Everything that I was starting to question in the first hour was starting to get explained.
Okay.
All these little connections that were starting to happen. And then that's when it finally kind of started to click for me.
Okay.
And I actually kind of like this movie.
Right?
In the end, it very oddly, it's a very odd film. It's like I said, it's
It's quirky.
It's very Charlie Kaufman-esque. I don't know how else to put it. I was thinking about being John Malkovich throughout this entire film. And although this is not as dark as that, I found myself, it was starting to win me over. And is this movie going to be in my top 10 at the end of the year? No. But it's not going to be in the lower half of things either. And it's a movie I went from being kind of bored to starting to get kind of bored to, this movie's actually trying to say something now. It's taking its time doing it.
That's true. Yeah, because it didn't really have to win me over too much because I got swept up in the comedy of the moment. I found myself laughing much more than I expected to, along with the rest of the rest of the audience. So it didn't have to really work for me too hard, but where it really sealed it for me was when you started to see things get so much deeper on an emotional level,
Hmm.
and the messaging and what they all had to figure out about themselves and about each other, and this self-sacrifice that was going on, at least with the two men, and she's caught in the middle and very torn because she loves them both very
Hmm.
much, and I just I like what was said at the very end when she was trying to explain to one of them what love is, what it's not just this one moment, it's all of these moments.
Hmm.
And I really appreciated it. I thought it
Yeah.
was a very touching message.
And that's what makes those little scenes in the archives just that much
Yes.
more
Yes.
important, because like I said, those
Hmm.
are your fill in the blanks moments, because these are the moments that these people have chosen, for better or worse, to
To remember.
remember.
Hmm. And
You
they're
know,
not all lovely and beautiful moments. Some
no,
of them were
some of them are kind of,
sad, very,
some of them
you
are
know,
sad, some of them
hmm
are just,
dark.
dark. Yeah, and that's why I said it. The whole bit with the archives reminds me of when they're in Being John Malkovich, where you go into this portal and you come out and you're John Malkovich. It's weird,
Yeah.
but it's like, but in this case, it's like you go through this portal and you're yourself, and you realize you are reliving all of these different moments in your life. And because I am someone, I always hate it when somebody says, you know, forget the past, or one of the reasons why I hated Last Jedi so much was that,
I
oh,
never
let the
watched that.
let the past die and all this, kill it if you have to, and all this. It's those moments in your life that make you who you are.
Yes.
And that's what got me, and that's what won me over, is that these little scenes are these people's lives. This is what made them the people that they are.
Hmm.
You know she spent her most of her life with Miles Teller, so she had that life with him. But when it comes to Callan Turner, because she loses him so soon,
So early, yeah. She missed him
and
her whole life too. She
yeah,
still loved him.
and there's, because of course she would,
Yeah. That's
you
like, it
know
was so relatable what she, not that I've lived through that situation, but I can understand because I could put myself in
yeah.
that situation. What if this happened and I had a second husband, and then, like, so I could completely identify on a certain level with the struggle that she had.
Mhm.
And it was, ooh, that's rough. That's talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah,
She really was.
because everybody, even when it comes to the ACs, everybody has this. Everybody has a choice that they have to make. Some kind of, you know, some kind of sacrifice that they have to make in
Hmm.
order to go on, which
Yep.
they need to do, or else they're just going to be stuck in, essentially, in this train station
Yep.
forever, and while here and there, that's not a bad thing, because it's kind of a fun world to kind of walk through. That's it.
Yeah, but I
There's
imagine
kind of like,
after.
there's a part of me that wants to be an AC, but then again, where, and I'm not, I'm no spoilers. I don't want to give away the movie. Where certain characters ultimately end up
Hmm.
is where I would want to go, and I know I would. Um, If Library World were no longer an option, I would go where certain characters end up going by
Yeah.
the end of the movie. So it's kind of like I went from, oh God, these fucking people make a decision already, to, oh my God, I totally understand them.
Yeah,
because
now
they're
if you
doing what I would do.
if you rewatch it, if you ever rewatch it, you may find that first half works better
a
for
little
you.
bit better
Yeah,
than,
because now you know
I
you've
thought.
connected with them.
Yeah. So this was a movie that snuck up on me.
Okay.
It really is. And like I said, a second viewing of this might be better for me. But I might rate it a little bit higher. But not that I'm not recommending it. I am recommending the movie. I'm just
Yes,
saying that
same.
You might have, just stay with it.
Yep.
Have faith. Let them take you by the hand.
See it through to the end.
See it through. And anybody out there, anybody who sees this video, if you're a Charlie Kaufman fan, you're going to see some parallels to his films, for sure. Because that's what I kept thinking through the whole movie. It's very Charlie Kaufman-esque, especially in the second half. But yeah, so I was it won me over.
Okay, that's good. I wasn't sure because we didn't really talk about how we felt.
No.
So I didn't know if you were going to talk about everything, all these problems you had with it, and how unlikable everybody was the whole way through, and how frustrating.
It's frustrating at first with in particular the characters, but as you get to find out about them, and then you realize, oh, okay, they're trying to figure things out,
right? And also you're meeting them at this extremely stressful time.
Yes,
like they've died, and they figured out, not counting her first husband, they have only a week to make this decision about what they want to do forever, for the rest of everything. And then all of these, life events that had happened that, like you said, shaped them into the person that they are. And so you're not seeing them at their best moments.
No.
Like the two main, like Elizabeth and Miles, you're seeing them at a very, like, a pretty bad time.
Because, it's, you're watching people who are playing catch up, because number one, they got to figure out that they've died. Number one, and then, like I said, a week to kind of figure out the ins and outs of this world, and then they have all of these decisions that they have to make.
Because why? Because all of these different eternities are trying to sell their eternity.
Yeah, and that's the other thing.
It's funny.
Yeah, and you have So within the world is not only do you have the ACs, you have, we know that there is some sort of overseer, if you want to say it's God.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's the implication. But you never really find out, because I am the creator. That never happens.
No.
You never find out. But it's the one question the movie doesn't, which is another interesting thing, is this movie does not force any opinion on you. It is trying to appeal to everybody, and are there a couple of, are there some jokes in the first half that for me didn't land? Yes, but that was because it was like, a matter of my own personal taste, because there are people, who were in the theater with me who were laughing or not at various times.
Mm-hmm.
So there's humor in this that, either it's going to work for you or it's not in the first half of the film. And then when it starts to focus a little bit better, and you start to get to know the characters, understand the world they're in, all these different eternities, all these rules. It's almost like you are going through that time along with them. It's like, when he towards the end, when Miles is rushing to the train station to see her before she leaves, and that one guy walks up to him, that one of these recently deceased people runs up to him and is like, dude, your AC will explain everything.
Yeah, no,
he's starting to fit in now.
Yeah, he's come. Full circle. He gets it.
Yeah, it's like I've been here a while. I get it now, and you get it along with them because now you have been in this world a while with these characters. So it's just like, and it's odd. It's this movie that I started out thinking, it's going to be a bit of a slog.
Be terrible, yeah.
No, I'm with it. I'm here. I'm here with these people. I get it. I get this world. And, I think I can. Every once in a while, there's a movie that will come out and it's usually like a science fiction film or something like that, where I want to walk around in that world. Blade Runner is like that for me, as bleak as it is.
Oh, it's such a world.
But it is a world, and you feel like you can walk around in it, or at least I can. And it's like I feel like I could make a life there. I could survive. Get into some film noir adventures. This is just kind of, young me watching that movie at a far too young an age, because I was never allowed to watch R-rated movies up to a certain age, but I was always allowed to see Blade Runner.
Yeah.
So, very impressionable. But the point is that every once in a while, a movie gets made where you feel like, I would like to walk around in that world. I would like to walk around the world of Blade Runner. I would like to walk around Middle Earth. I would like to walk around the world of eternity and maybe sample all of these different worlds.
Each eternity, but if you were living there and under those rules, you wouldn't be able to.
No. But I'm curious as to, I would go to each one of those booths and
talk to them. Get that broshure.
Give me the brochure. Tell me about your home world, Ursel. Tell me all about Sunshine World. Tell me about it. Okay. Hollywood Land. Oh, it's discontinued. Okay.
Was there one? I didn't.
Never mind. No.
Oh, okay.
But, could have been.
There might have been, because there's so much stuff going on in the background.
Yeah.
There are so many different posters and stuff of the different worlds, and there's all these different booths. It's like this big huge market.
It's like
like a big convention, a trade convention is what it's like.
A trade convention, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's what I was thinking of, a trade convention. Yeah. It's very much like that.
I didn't see one, Sashi,
is there
but
an anime world?
maybe.
I wouldn't have been surprised.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So like the lobster.
Yeah,
I
he
haven't seen
mentioned
the lobster,
earlier.
but I'm aware of it.
I haven't either.
Kind of, sort of. I guess because that's another movie where it's like an afterlife kind of situation and having to decide where you're going to go after a certain point. I get it, but yeah, it's an interesting one. It snuck up on me, and
Yep.
I am recommending it. Is it going to be
Yep.
for everybody? Probably not.
This
But I'm
isn't one
just
I
saying.
would have chosen to go watch. This is one
No.
of the ones that I wouldn't have chosen, but this is also one of the ones that I enjoyed, and that's happened a time or two with the Regal mystery movies.
Yeah.
So it might be an honorable mention
So,
for me. Don't know yet.
yeah. I did not hate it, and I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward now to me be giving this movie a second look because I might bump it up. But
Yeah, I wouldn't mind rewatching it.
yeah, I am. I'm recommending it, guys. It's a very interesting take on the afterlife.
The Afterlife, yep.
It's one that we haven't seen before,
Nope.
and
Very unique, very original.
very
Yeah.
And
I mean, obviously takes parts of different things we've already seen, like these love triangle things and people being alive after death and what happens to them. But it's like it just mixes it in this very interesting and unique way. So, I definitely recommend. Yeah, I heard that too, Enigma.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right, Sashi. It is. I did not hate it. That is high praise from Deleted. For me, when I say that I didn't hate, so a lot of times I'll do a review, like let's say one of my more recent ones, Predator Badlands, and I'll say something like, I didn't hate it outright, but I didn't love it either. So for me to say I didn't hate something basically just means it's not going to end up on my worst of the year. So, but speaking of Predator, the more I see people act like that film is the second coming, the more I'm starting to dislike it. I've already lowered my score for it. Anyway, yeah, but that's cool news about the Mummy. I've heard that they're not going to that they're basically retconning the Mummy 3. It's just not going to be a factor in this storyline. We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah.
But they need to get cracking.
Yeah,
because neither one of them are super young, and I know Brandon's had a lot of issues like back or whatever, like he's injured himself, and if he's going to be doing anything that involves any sort of action stuff, even if he's not doing his own stunts, which he won't be, he's still going to be moving around in certain ways that he could slip a disc or something. So they need to get started. He needs to lose some weight. He needs to get into better shape. So, yes. There we go. That's my take on Brendan. And I love Brendan Fraser, but he can't be looking like he is now playing in The Mummy. It won't work. It won't work for me.
Well, we'll see. I think he didn't realize until kind of recently just the fan base that he has.
Oh, he's a great,
and the goodwill that
he's
garnered over the years. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
That looks interesting. They say he might get another nomination for it, and I wouldn't be surprised
because the trailer looks like it's something that will just pull on those heartstrings.
I think this year is kind of wide open as far as the nominations themselves are concerned. I think I'm with everybody else. I think they're probably going to give Best Picture to that One Battle After Another thing, and
I didn't want to watch it.
It wouldn't it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if they did.
Of course.
I
didn't even hear about that, Sashi. I didn't even know that they had. I mean, I didn't even know that anything was going on with that.
There's like a 1 minute teaser. That's basically what's not even that. It's basically a title reveal.
Okay.
It's just letting you know.
I haven't seen anything about it.
We're back.
Sashi's the first I've heard of it. Him sharing the news.
I've seen it. So yeah.
Well, I'm going to be there. I'll be watching.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I love
I'm looking forward to it. So definitely. All right. So before we go on with other thoughts, what final thoughts on Eternity?
I'm not one for rom-coms, and like I said, this is not one I would have chosen to see on my own, but I really enjoyed it, and I do recommend it. If you like rom-coms, definitely check this out. If you like afterlife sort of movies, obviously check this out. If you like Miles Teller, Elizabeth Olsen, whatever, I can't give you a not recommend for this like I have given a couple of my movies lately, a couple of movies I've seen lately. So it's refreshing to watch something that you can say, I really enjoyed that and I recommend.
Yeah. I'm recommending this as well. I think, as I said, I think a second viewing might actually bump it up for me. It's very Charlie Kaufman-esque in a good way. Thought the first half was a little slowish, but it picks up. And I really started to care about the characters more. And once the movie actually stops to start to explain things. And this one I related to this one in a way that I wasn't expecting. Like I said, I went into this movie blind, knew nothing about it, and came out of it kind of surprised.
Nice.
That's and it is good to hear. And so my recommendation would be give it a chance. Give it a chance. You might find something in it to, as I did, might find something in it to latch onto, because it goes into it in an interesting direction.
It's deeper than your typical rom-com.
This is a movie that's actually trying to say something about life and about love
and life, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And a real original look at the afterlife that I had a lot of fun with and want to walk around in. So, yeah,
that's good. That's good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's a movie about kind of makes.
Charlie Kaufman, yeah. No, it's not a movie about Charlie Kaufman. That's adaptation. No, that fictionalized version of him, obviously. But yeah, I mean, if like I said, if you liked like Being John Malkovich and Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, What Dreams May Come, it reminds me a little bit of that, because again, that was a movie that takes place mostly, in an afterlife that has rules, and you're kind of following this character through it. Yeah, and this movie is obviously a little more lighthearted than those, but yeah, it reminded me of good movies. I wasn't sitting there going, "Don't remind me of a good movie while I'm watching your sucky movie." This movie does not suck.
Mm-mm.
It's an interesting movie, and just if you're not down with A24, just kind of put that aside. Give this movie a chance.
I mean, it's quirky like an A24 movie
Yeah,
would be, but some A24 movies are pretty doggone decent
yeah, and this is. I guess what I'm trying to say is this is not quirky for the sake
of being
of
quirky.
being quirky.
Yeah.
Everything, and this is what made it so interesting to me once I realized where they're going with the story. Everything tracks. It doesn't deviate. It's you are placed into a world that has rules. The movie itself has rules, and it doesn't break them, and it doesn't deviate. There are a lot of there are things that are said at the very beginning of the movie that come back around later,
Mm-hmm.
and I like that when there's something that seems like a throwaway line, and then it leads to something major at the end. That I like. That is a screenplay that is written by somebody who thought it out. And thought out all of the angles and decided this is the direction I want to go in, and we're not going to deviate from that. It was interesting.
Who had written this? Did you?
I know it's co-written by the director of the film, who I have not heard of.
Okay.
So, yeah. I knew a few people in front of the camera, but the people who were behind didn't know any of them. But interesting film. And hello.
Hey, Big Al. Oh boy,
to
House
Big
of
Al.
Dynamite. Oh,
House of Dynamite. Yeah, this movie is interesting. Now, I'd be very curious to see what you think of it at the end of both films. Actually, to be honest, but yeah, how going? Yeah, so I think we're both recommending Eternity here.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, House of Dynamite.
Oh gosh.
I look at the ending differently than a lot of critics do. I don't think it's a perfect movie. Don't get me wrong, it's not. I have issues with it too, but I think the clues are there. Without going into spoilers, I think that even though it doesn't spell it out in big block letters, I think it tells you everything that's going to, because I think in the end there's only one thing that can.
There was a thread
happen.
that they never really went anywhere with that I kept thinking was supposed to play a part, and that was the dudes in the fighter jet, the stealth fighter. They never went anywhere with that. It never, like, because I thought that was supposed to mean something later. Nope, didn't mean anything.
You don't see it, but you know where they're going, or at least I have an idea of where they're going to end up. I thought they were going somewhere with Willa Fitzgerald's character, because they kept cutting back to her early in the early half of the film.
It was
she goes nowhere.
Such an ensemble cast. It really doesn't go anywhere with many of the characters. Like the dude with the briefcase that was running down the street, I kept thinking he was going to have a pivotal role in something. And basically, I love this movie up until the non-ending ending, and then that dropped it down from like probably a 4 or 4.5 all the way down to a 3, and I might even downgrade it more, just because I felt like we were led to this payoff that did not happen, and that really aggravated me. I didn't like it at all. I did not like how she did that. This movie is getting high praise from most critics, so if you really enjoyed it, I don't think you're taking too much of a departure from the rest of people who have seen it, like official critics, and I think the audience really enjoys it for the most part. It's got very solid ratings. But yeah, that hit a wrong note with
Yeah.
me. It was a press screening where I saw that, and I know that one of my fellow Los Cinematicos with Latino Slant, Anthony A. Perez, he was at a press screening too, and a lot of them also were like, "That's it." So, but I've been seeing some pushback on my review for it from people who are trying to talk me into why this ending was great, and I'm like, well, you're not going to convince me because I don't for all the reasons I mentioned in my review, that ending doesn't work. The way that was chosen doesn't work for me.
No, I understand. It's not a movie that's going to work for everybody. I went into it going, okay, I might hate this by the end of it, and I might be just as I might want to go in with torches and pitchforks and got it. But then much as I thought I was going to go into this movie with torches and pitchforks and just die, you bastard, and again, kind of came out actually enjoying it.
I enjoyed it too up until. Really, like I was some people were a little aggravated at the way the story was told because, it was told in like 3 parts and that you were seeing the same thing happen from different people's perspective. I didn't mind that at all. But what it was doing was it was amping you up to this moment, then cutting away, then showing another and amping you up. But then you get to the end and you're amped up again. And then.
Well,
oh God.
And I'll go deeper into it when I do my review. But I think the clues are there. And what if K-pop Demon Hunters were in it? That would have been interesting to have like these, animated Korean
with awesome
girls
songs, and it would have been so much better. I feel like I know what happens, whatever, but it didn't feel like it was complete. It felt like it was half baked. And it felt like the director or whoever wrote it, whatever, it felt like she or the writer just didn't know how to actually bring this to a successful end. So let's just give you this this supposedly open-ended, and you got to figure it out for yourself, and whatever we're not going to show you doesn't matter. It just didn't feel like a normal. It didn't feel like a normal story construct because it wasn't. And sometimes that can be good, but in this case, it was not for me.
It's a what if. It's not a movie. Again, my opinion. It's not answering the question; it's asking the question, and it
became pretty clear and from the
very much a movie about: are we prepared for something like this?
Hell, we're not even prepared for an EMP strike.
You find out during the course of it. No, maybe we're not. But I thought it was interesting in that way. But I understand. Okay, again, a movie that's not going to be. I say this so many fucking times now. Is that okay? It's not going to be a movie for everybody. When are we going to have a movie for everybody? Can we get back to that?
There's not very many movies that would be for everybody.
Like
a broad appeal, I guess. I recommend the film if you want to see some fantastic acting and some really psychologically terrifying thoughts, like presentations or possibilities. But I just also want to caution anyone, don't expect to feel like there's been any sort of resolution or any sort of satisfying type of conclusion to the story. So you might be frustrated.
Yeah. Spirited is for everyone. Good afternoon. Yeah. Spirited actually, since I brought it up at the beginning of the show, Spirited actually was the movie that year that kind of snuck up on me because it was, again, a movie I knew nothing about, didn't know what it was going to be going in, and then starring Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, Will Ferrell's enough of a turnoff for me. I usually avoid stuff he's in because he just doesn't do it for me at all.
And then you're getting this kind of okay, his character turns out to be Ebenezer Scrooge.
Okay, it's like a Christmas story,
So
right?
it's Christmas Carol, basically, where Ebenezer Scrooge, although you don't find out that that's who he is until like about halfway through the movie. And he has come to Ryan Reynolds that you gotta fix your life because this something cataclysmic in his life is going to happen if he does not change his ways. And yeah, kind of night before Christmas Carol. Yeah. Yeah. And what I thought was really interesting about it was it really slammed cancel culture. Too, because, you know, something happens in the third act where it kind of takes a dark turn and you lose one of the characters because of cancel culture. And you're like, oh,
yeah,
okay. You know, yeah, this movie's trying to say, actually, again, like kind of like this one, it's got something to say, you know, and that it kind of surprised me. I still think it's too long. It did not need to be 2 hours and 7 minutes.
Oh, that long.
You know, you know, and it is a musical. So you gotta, even though,
that's also a hard sell most of the time for me.
Even though the good afternoon part that he's talking about, that part is good. And yes, that was you know, like I said, you know, once every year there's a movie that I know nothing about and I wind up seeing it, and you know, it turns out to be pretty decent, you know. Because there's this thing that I used to do and something that I kind of want to go back to doing. Just, you know, I just really haven't had the encouragement. Was every once in a while I would say, whatever movie starts at 7:00, regardless of what it is. And it was kind of like an arbitrary time, you know, but because I knew I have the night. I've already had dinner, go to a movie, you know, 7:00. And just pick whatever starts at 7:00.
What if there's multiple ones that start at 7?
Let's pick one.
Just pick
Decide.
one. Okay.
You know, and just pick out what looks interesting. And so I started doing that. And one time I picked Nutcracker in the Four Realms because it was the only movie. Oh boy. You know,
I would have just said hard pass for tonight.
Yeah. And so I went to go see Nutcracker in the Four Realms. So, you know, a bunch of kids and soccer moms, and then my happy ass in there. You know, I'm reviewing this for a website. I am not here to creep on anybody, ma'am, with your children. Hi, nice to meet you. You know, where are your kids? No. So
I'm a film critic, ma'am.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there in the middle of this movie where the director changed halfway through production.
Oh.
And you can tell because you have these two directors, one of them being Lasse Hallström, who comes from like independent foreign film, to Joe Johnston, who's like Rocketeer and Captain America. And so you have a movie that already it's kind of this melding of styles that are just not going to work. You know, Morgan Freeman playing a German.
Okay.
Not kidding. I'm like, Herr Oberdorfer. And I'm like, what the fuck? No, okay.
That reminds me of that guy in Nobody who was a Black Russian.
The Black Russian.
You remember
I've
that
never
guy?
met a Black Russian before. I get that. You know, so yeah, so Morgan Freeman playing a German, and then okay, spoiler alert: the Sugar Plum Fairy is the villain, played by Keira Knightley.
Okay, all right.
On helium, you know, yeah, this really high pitched voice. She sounds like this in the whole movie, and I'm like, what accent is that? You know, and then they get okay. So the whole ending of the film is that they have to fight these reanimated toy soldiers, and she's like rubbing up against the toy soldier, like, oh, it's so big, and I'm like, this is a kids movie. What are you doing, Disney? You know, because it was a Disney thing before Disney went completely off the fucking rails. So that ended up being one. That may very well have been the last 7 o'clock movie I went to, and I remember when
scarred you so much, huh?
Jeremy Jahns did his 10 worst that year, and it was like Nutcracker and the Four Realms was like his number one. I left before the credits because there was nothing. I don't think I missed anything in his last 10 minutes that was going to save the movie, and I went, no.
What year did it come out?
Oh, geez, this was. When was it? I think like maybe 2016, 17, maybe something like that.
It's been a bit. Okay.
It's been a bit. You know. It's just like this odd movie. Can I explain it? No. Morgan Freeman's German. Just saying.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't see that one.
2016, yeah. The Mackenzie Foy kid's nice. Okay, she was good. You know. 2008. What? No, I think I was it 18. Wow. Okay, I don't know. I've done everything to kind of delete that movie from my mind, but it's not good because it, like I said, the first half of the movie has a different director than the second half, and there's a point, and you can literally tell there's a point where that director walked away to when the new one walked in, and you can tell watching it. You know, big time. And yeah. And then again, kind of a musical because there's dance sequences and stuff. Because it's the Nutcracker, of course. There's going to be dance sequences. You're fine. The movie makes no damn sense. What's the plot in the movie? Sugar Plum Fairy reanimates toy soldiers. What about the Four Realms? I don't know. We just see 2 of the Four Realms. I don't know. Yeah, started development 2006. Yeah, it's. I would think that a documentary about the behind the scenes of that film would be more interesting than the actual film.
Yeah.
And hello to Bonzo Kilborn.
I could see that.
This is 2018 was last year, or in 2019. From 2019 on, we split into a Rebel Eternity and it needs to be canceled. Agreed. I want to speak to the manager. I really do. I demand an explanation for this. I found something in my coffee and I don't like it.
Oh, no. Okay. So I was like, do I have to carry the rest of this stream since you passed away?
I died! Oh, my God. So, in short, Eternity Give it a chance. Go see it. It's good.
Bonzo, we're talking about Eternity. We're
Eternity.
pretty much wrapping it up, but
Yeah.
that was the mystery movie. It's a recommend. It's an interesting spin on rom-com and afterlife type of movies. So yeah, I enjoyed it. We both enjoyed it.
Snuck up on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you can go to Library World deleted, Sashi says.
Yeah. So they said that. Why doesn't anybody want to go to the Library World?
No, why?
I'm fine with that. I'm good. And you would think she would want to check it out because she was a librarian.
She was a librarian. Exactly.
Yeah. So interesting. Surprisingly interesting movie. And an interesting spin on rom-coms and a very original look at the afterlife. So,
and surprisingly quite comedic and touching at the same time.
You could all be choosing Movie World.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I was thinking something like that too. That'd be cool.
It's almost like that question they used to ask at the end of one of the questions that he used to ask at the end of Inside the Actors Studio. When you get to the pearly gates, it's like, I would want to hear the show starts at 7. It's going to be Mozart, Jim Morrison, and Robin Williams is going to open. Your friends are in the back waiting. Come on in. That's what I would want to hear. And that's me. Yeah. All right. So I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it here. Sin, any
what I have coming
any
up?
last words?
At 10, I'm going to be on Box Office Brawler's channel. It's going to be quite late for me. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to hang in. We're going to be talking about Master and Commander, which I'd never seen before.
Oh, good one.
Yeah. Tomorrow at 8, I'll be co-streaming with Sound Booth Theater. Oh, that reminds me. Lord have mercy. I need to create the stream. I keep forgetting to create the stream. We're going to be talking about The Lost Boys, Jumanji, speaking of Robin Williams, and what was the other one? Oh, Wrath of Man.
Oh.
And yeah. And on Thursday, I have a press screening for Knives Out 3. But I don't know when I'll
My sympathies.
The review out. I'm actually looking forward to it. I enjoyed the first one. Second one was not as good as the first, but we'll see what happens. And I've got different reviews I filmed, but have not edited them all yet. So I have no idea what review I'm going to have coming up later this week. So that's what's going on with me.
I'm actually a big fan of Master and Commander. It was my number 2 behind Return of the King that year. And I liked it because it reminded me of the Horatio Hornblower miniseries that was on A&E.
Okay.
Because it's the same time period. So I actually liked Master and Commander quite a bit. I wasn't bored at all. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time, and that's like a 2.5-hour movie. And I was kind of like watching it like this, or 220, something like that.
Yeah, it's not quite as long as 2.5, but it is lengthy, and it does take its time. I remember
it does.
When it came out.
Yeah.
I don't think it did super well when it came out. Like it was kind of considered not the hugest success. I think because some people were expecting what you mentioned, Enigma. And it felt a bit slow for me, but I can't say I was bored. It was just like, okay, like it's just, and then once it was over, it's like, all right, well, that was an interesting journey. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We moved our clocks. We're on the time that I despise. Absolutely despise standard time, Sashi. I wish we'd be like Puerto Rico and stay on daylight savings time all year
Mhm.
round.
Onzo Kilborn said, just watched the trailer. Hope the afterlife is a lot less complicated than that.
Oh, you shall see. I know, right? In real life.
Well, we'll see. And Yusron G says, got here late. The movie sounds like it had some problems. Not really. I thought it just took a little while for it to get started for me. But once it did, and it started to click, and it started to make a little bit more. When it slowed down and it started to kind of make its point. Like I said, I think a second viewing, I'll probably kick it up a notch. We'll see. But no, I'm recommending the movie, despite the fact that I had some issues with it early. But it kind of overcame those, and yeah, I liked it. All right. So, yeah, it was supposed to be, yeah, it is a book series.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
So, like Sin said, 10 o'clock over on Box Office Brawler, talking about Master Commander, so check that out. All right. Later on tonight for me, I'm not going to be in the show, but I will. There's no Sparkwood 21 tonight. The show is coming back after the holidays. We're taking a kind of a holiday hiatus, but we will return. We have probably another 30 or so episodes of that show planned. So we are going to be back next year or after the holidays. The exact date I don't know yet. When I find out, I'll let you know. I am, however, going to be in the chat for a brand new show that Troy is starting tonight. Where now that Blake 7 has completed, he's going to start a rewatch of The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, starring Jeremy Brett, the PBS series from back in the day. So, Scandal in Bohemia, going to be the first episode. Holmes versus Irene Adler. Boom. It is done. It's going to be a fun one. And let's see. Thursday, don't know if there's going to be an action theater yet. I'm waiting to hear back from Bill. Right now, we don't have anything planned. I think he might be doing football. We'll see. But I at 11:15 or right after Thursday things is completed will be my program, Coming Attractions. My chance to let everybody know what I'm going to be doing for the next week, up to and including my appearance on Films with Friends, Friday night at 8. Big Al Presents, and we're going to be watching Cujo. And if all goes well, Corey's going to be joining us for that as well.
Cool. Cool.
And let's see. Saturday at 4 p.m. over on Pop Culture Minefield is going to be a discussion on Blade Runner. And from what I understand, Gary has invited a couple of people who were involved with making the movie.
Oh, okay.
So that's going to be an interesting kind of behind the scenes discussion on that. And of course, join me Sunday night at 8 for Unscripted. And hopefully, if I can secure the guest, reserved seats at its new time, 11 p.m. So,
you shifted it from 11:15?
Yeah,
Okay.
because well, I guess I can bring this up. Sunday nights are basically going to be kind of a block. Unscripted at 8, Geeky Geezers at 9, then reserved seats at 11, because Troy is starting a new late night Sunday show
Okay.
where he's going to be showing Doctor Who, the
Oh,
original old school Doctor Who episodes. So,
okay.
yeah. I'm not sure who Jay Horton is. So, I hope that's good. I hope that's a good
Compliment.
thing. That's a compliment. Well, I used to get this actually happened a few times. I used to get confused for Christian Slater.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
back in like the late 80s, early 90s. Yeah, because
Oh,
there
okay.
was kind of a resemblance. I kind of had a similar hairstyle, and
Hmm.
if you ever saw Heathers, I had the same jacket.
Did see Heather's. Yeah.
Yeah, so I did very much resemble him from that film. So yeah. So Jay Horton, I hope he's a good guy. I hope it's a compliment. And
I'm and
yeah,
his
we don't Jay Horton guy. Fuck that guy. Yeah.
face isn't coming to my
Yeah.
mind right now, so I have no
I
idea who that is.
yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah. True. Yeah. All right. Blade Runner looks very good. I think they're leaning to the fact that everyone knows it's a remake. No, Blade Runner's not a remake, dude. We're talking about the movie from 1982 with Harrison Ford. Yeah.
Unless there's something we don't know. I missed somehow.
No, I guess he might have been mistaken. Okay. No worries. All right. Well, that is the show. Eternity was the movie. We're recommending it. Give it a chance. Check it out. You might find something in it to enjoy, as I did, because I went into it blind and I had no idea what it was. Jay Horton is an indie movie maker with a YouTube channel. I like him already. Talks a lot about how to navigate the indie world. Cool. Yeah, no worries, Enigma. It's okay. It's okay. Hey, I'm here. Oh, he's thinking of Running Man. Yeah, Running Man is a
Running Man,
remake.
yep.
Yeah, and I saw a story earlier where they were asking Schwarzenegger what he thought, and he says it's the only movie that he's ever done that he thought should be remade.
Okay. Well, it
So
wasn't super accurate to the book.
his version, no.
Yeah, no.
It's
not my favorite Schwarzenegger movie. I remember seeing it in the theater. My dad took me to see it. We were at the beach, and it was like, I can't remember, like Christmas holiday, winter break, or something. And I remember that they went to go see Dirty Dancing too. That same time that we were there, and I remember feeling pretty underwhelmed by Running Man, and I was bummed by that because I really liked Arnold.
I know. Yeah, but Running Man is going to be the big movie of the big new movie of the week. So
November, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see that on. I was gonna go see that Thursday, but it conflicted with my press screening, so I decided I wanted to do the press screening instead. So I'll be seeing Running Man early Friday.
Mm-hmm. And those of you who've watched my channel know that I've brought up Curry Barker's movie Obsession, and the news on that this week is that that's been picked up by his feature. They're going to distribute the film, so it's going to go wider. So, congrats to Curry and Cooper and the gang over there at the That's a Bad Idea channel. Congrats on the movie. I'm hearing good things. I'm hoping to see it soon. So, yeah. All right. I will close this out with my final words from HQ. And all points north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe and healthy, because this is how we win. Thank you, Sin, for coming on with me tonight.
Yep.
Thank you to everybody on X. Thank you to everybody in the main chat. It was a fun one. Thank you, guys. And catch you on the flip side.
Bye.
There is theme music. I will now play it.
Cool.
Right.
It's even odd when Ronin's back, slicing through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture films in the world we see. Deleted scenes where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Yeah, yeah.